Hello, Kitty and I say hello. I still have a cold. My weekend was, I wouldn't call it crazy, but it didn't turn out as planned. Friday, I was supposed to pack a few items to go visit Q this weekend, and I was supposed to bring that bag of just like toothbrush and something to sleep in to work for 4 hours, and then go take the local bus and spend about an hour in central town just wandering around aimlessly, and then catch the city bus to Q's city. It takes about an hour, but I slept like crap from Thursday to Friday, and then I went to work and I felt like crap, and everything was terrible. And her family wanted to go out to a restaurant, nothing fancy, but still, I felt like with my appetite and everything, when I had a cold, I don't get my money's worth whenever I go out to restaurants. Like giant meal, and I just poke around it. So I said, do you mind if I opt out? I can show up afterwards. Okay. Then I can instead, leave my bag at home and just come home and rest a bit. And so I went home after work. I almost fell asleep on the local bus, which I never ever do because that takes like minutes, which proved how tired I was. I came home. I felt like super crap. I was so tired. I ate. Then I went to take a nap. And then something happened that it hasn't happened for years. I woke up with my phone halfway across the bed with the alarm off, and with like 10 minutes to get to the city bus in central town. Obviously that didn't work, and I felt like crap, borderline, almost feverish, so we just decided I'll show up tomorrow instead, Saturday I did feel a little better, but still not, to the top, still under the weather, still have a terrible cold, of course. But things started looking up, timing started working out, and mother suddenly offered, like, oh, you're taking that, because she just wanted information when I was leaving, and I said, oh, I'm gonna leave around then, and she was like, oh, but I get off then, do you want to ride? And I was like, yes, because I was not looking forward to walking through town with this terrible cold, even though my bag wouldn't be heavy, and even though it was just like, it's not far, but together everything just felt like finally got there Saturday, worked out. We watched a lot of hockey because there was end of the season, so a lot of NHL stuff, like every team had a game, so we spent the entire evening kind of watching that, and then we also watched one episode of Walking Dead, which means that I still have two to catch up on. It was pretty good. And then Sunday, we went to the stable because our mutual friend Marika and Q, they both take care of horses together. So Marika owns one of the horses officially, and the second horse she just kind of takes care of. So Q and Marika, they take care of these two together, and whenever I'm with one of them, I go there to the stable. This time I didn't do much because obviously I had a cold, and I made sure to dress really warm. And it was okay. I didn't get worse. I didn't get more sick. Not really. Kind of. My head feels worse. It's very much a head cold, and it's attacked my nose now, and I do feel terrible. Guess what happened when we went out? We finally had the opportunity to go out on a horse each, which doesn't happen all the time, because either one's injured or there's something else, and blah blah blah. So we did. We were like, okay, let's do it for once. No, my horse decided to stop and refused to move. And I stopped horseback riding when I was 11. So I know the basics, but he refused to listen to me. And I'm very tiny too. And he's a big horse. And it just did not that has much to do with it. You can ride big horses, anything is just be confident, And anyway, it didn't work. He refused. With me, he refused. With Marika, he wouldn't. She said that hasn't happened to me in years. Like, he can be stubborn, but I always get him out of it. And I'm like, I didn't. Q ended up having to get off her horse, and we started meeting cars, and then not only did the horse fucking stop, he refused to turn. Sorry. I'm so sorry. And so we didn't really work as planned. So now today, my legs hurt so bad. And it's not because you do much, but it's just like this tiny bit of sitting on a horse, even though when you don't do anything, can make you kind of sore if you're not used to it. And now this, just like, even if you're not too tense, but just kind of sitting there for 5 minutes, just kind of like trying a little bit to get him, not by like beating him, but just kind of like getting him forward, and then only to get like 30 seconds like, ah, you're walking, stop. And it's just like, I was so out of breath, and now my legs hurt so bad, and everything's a mess. And when I got back home, I went home Monday morning. I was supposed to work Monday, and I was like still borderline feverish, but I don't think it technically counted. But you know what, I called in sick, because even though I'm not getting worse, I'm not getting better either. I need to just rest, especially with this weather, because, oh yeah, when we were out there, it started to rain. Yep. And then it's been raining and snowing, and I felt like I'm supposed to go out in the rainy snow and stand with the children outside and just take the bus there, take the bus home, do this and this. Like, if I start at 9, I have to get up at like 7. So my 4 hours of work end up being like more, and then it takes like, depending on if I have to take a different bus home, that can take me like 45 minutes. So yeah, it ends up being a couple hours, so I decided to call in sick. Because even though I don't do a lot of hard work, it's just like, no, I need to rest, because I don't know where the cold is and what is just the muscle soreness. I don't know what's what anymore, and I feel awful, and I can't wait to make a video where I not necessarily look better, but feel better. I cannot wait. So that was my weekend. I hope that yours was better. Cheers.